the Denver Radio Club. Welcome to the Denver Radio Club Net being held on repeater W0TX. This is a meeting held on the air every Sunday evening about 8:30 p.m. Good evening. My name is Bill. I'm back from Pueblo, and my call sign is KE0YKV, or Kilo Echo Zero, Yankee Kilo Victor. I'll be your net control station transmitting from Lakewood, Colorado. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? If there is any emergency or priority traffic during this net, say break at any pause and the net will be suspended until the emergency or priority traffic is completed. Is there any emergency traffic at this time? This net is for the Denver Radio Club members and all interested radio amateurs. We're here to share information concerning any ham-related activities. Regular meetings of the Denver Radio Club are held on the third Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. using Google Meet. And I do believe we have a meeting coming up this Wednesday. I'm hoping to get more details as to whether or not it will be in person, online, or mixed. An Elmer session is held at 6 p.m. just prior to our monthly meeting. This session addresses any amateur radio questions you might have. So whether you are new to amateur radio or interested in some new application of amateur radio, this is a session where you can get help. Also, every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., except the third Wednesday when our monthly meeting is held, there is a learning net held on 145.490 megahertz and 448.625 megahertz. This is another area where you can find answers for your amateur radio-related questions. As a general interest club, we provide emergency communication for the Salvation Army, the City of Wheat Ridge Police Department, the City of Lakewood Police Department, West Metro Fire, and St. Anthony's Hospital. We are always looking for members who like to participate in this sport. Please contact our club president, Kevin Schmidt, if you would like to help. He can be reached at 303-475-9234. The Denver Radio Club also participates in the ARRL Volunteer Examiner Program. If you have a need for VE testing, please have a pen and paper ready to copy the forthcoming information. Our VE team is available to support you. Please contact our VE team lead, Robert Pickett, Kilo Zero Romeo Alpha Papa, at K0RAP@W0TX.org. The Denver Radio Club VE team stands ready to support VE testing for large or small groups, including groups of 2 or more people. If you need a test session, please contact Robert Pickett at K0RAP@W0TX.org. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is Kilo Echo Zero, Yankee Kilo Victor, serving as net control. Are there any special announcements or bulletins for the net this meeting? If so, please call now. Hearing none, I'll move on. Okay, before regular check-ins, I would like to welcome and invite any visiting radio amateurs to check into the Denver Radio Club Net this evening. During this net, we disable the requirement for the 100 Hz PL repeater access tone, so you can use either 145.490 megahertz with a minus 600 kilohertz offset, or 448.625 megahertz with a minus 5 megahertz offset. Are there any visiting radio amateurs who would like to check into the Denver Radio Club Net tonight? Please call now. Okay, next, I would like to welcome and invite any newly licensed or recently upgraded radio amateurs to check in. Please call now. Okay, now I'm going to take regular check-ins in groups. Please let me know if you have any traffic when you check in, and I'll get back to you. First, radio amateurs whose call suffixes begin with U through Z. That's uniform through Zulu. Okay, next, I'm going to look for P through T, that's Papa through Tango. Your call sign and name, please.
Whiskey Bravo 2, Sierra Hotel Romeo, Stanton, Denver, no traffic.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood.
WD0CIV, WD0CIV, no traffic.
Okay, I'd like to acknowledge Whiskey Bravo 2 SHR and N0TRP. And finally, WD0 is out of order, but I'll let him do it anyway.
This is WD0CIV. I'm always out of order.
I'm just throwing everyone a curveball tonight just because I feel like it. Okay, next, I'm going to look for people from K through O, Kilo through Oscar.
W0TX repeater.
Okay, I heard Kilo Echo Zero OSI. I heard the word traffic, but I don't know if it was no traffic or with traffic. And then I just heard somebody who was extremely faint. Please call back. Okay, next I'm looking through F through J, Foxtrot through Juliet. Your call sign and name, please.
Kilo 6 Hotel Juliet Victor, K6HJV, Tom Arvada, no traffic.
W0FJ, Greg Golden, no traffic.
Okay, I got K6HJV and W0FJ. Welcome to the net. And lastly, I'm looking for anybody from A through E, Alpha through Echo.
Alpha Delta Zero, Alpha Papa, Elizabeth.
Kilo Charlie Zero, Charlie Zulu, Bob S. Horton.
Alpha Foxtrot 0 Echo, Alex Bromfield.
Whiskey Bravo 0, Alpha Kilo Victor, WB0 AKV, Rich, no traffic.
Hey, I've got AD0 Alpha Papa, KC0 CZ, AF0E, and WB0 AKV. Okay, now I'm going to open it up to the entire alphabet, A through Z. Please call in with your call sign and name, please.
DF0SF, Alpha Foxtrot 0 Sierra Foxtrot. I have something for the group tonight.
Okay, I got AF0SF with traffic. Next, I'm going to invite our club president, Kevin Schmidt, K0KPS, for his words of wisdom for the net tonight.
Thank you, Bill, for taking the net tonight. I don't have a whole lot of information tonight. As Bill mentioned earlier, we do have a club meeting on the 19th. The club meeting starts at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and it will be a web-based only meeting this time with Bob, Whiskey Bravo 0 Victor Golf Delta, who will provide a topic of HF channel sounding, which should be a highly informative meeting. So this Wednesday at 7 p.m. And don't forget, at 6 p.m. we also have the Learning Net. And you can find our Google Meets address on the W0TX.org website on the homepage there. So looking forward to seeing a lot of people online this Wednesday. For club members, if you've got a lot of equipment that you would like to get rid of, or you're looking for some of that vintage equipment that you'd like to acquire, Rocky Mountain Ham is having their Hamfest up in Brighton at the Adams County Fairgrounds this Sunday, the 23rd. Starts at 9 a.m. local time, and the admission price is $6. If you're looking for a table, I would suggest that you go to rmham.org, go to their Hamfest site, and you can sign up for some of the tables if you're looking to sell. So it's a good way to also do some eyeball-to-eyeball QSOs. So that's this coming Sunday at the Adams County Fairgrounds. Hope to see people there. Added comments? Held next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, August 28th through the 30th, up in Casper, Wyoming. You can find more information on ARRL.org and look for Hamfest and conventions, and more information will be there for the Wyoming Hamcon. If you're so desire to get in some education, go to the regional Hamfest put on by the ARRL, but it is a bit of a drive up to Casper.
0 KPS, can you please repeat what you just said? Somebody talked over you for the first 10, 20 seconds.
Okay, was I on the club meeting or was I on the Hamfest?
I believe you were on the Hamfest.
Okay, so getting back on August 23rd, which is next Sunday, Rocky Mountain Ham is conducting their Hamfest. It's up in Brighton at the Adams County Fairgrounds. It starts at 9 a.m. Local time, and the admission price is $6. If you are looking to sell some items and get a table, I would suggest you go to rmham.org and go to their Hamfest flyer for more information on securing a table.
W0TX Repeater.
Lastly, the ARRL Rocky Mountain Division convention is going to be held in Wyoming on August 28th through the 30th. It's going to be a bit of a drive as it's in Casper, Wyoming. For more information, go to ARRL.org, put in Hamfest and conventions, and you can get more information on the Wyoming Hamcon.
That it?
Lastly,
Yes.
I want to have any of the members who notice any of the repeater issues, since we all can't be monitoring all the repeaters all the time. If you're running into an issue with one of our repeaters, could you kindly reach out to W0TX at W0TX.org and send us an email of which repeater and what the problem is? Obviously, with a club of volunteers, we can't drop everything, at a moment's notice and just drive up to some of the repeater sites to fix them. But if we don't know about the issue, we certainly can't address them. So, like I say, if you notice a repeater issue, kindly drop us an email, so that we can be aware of it and address the issue in a timely fashion. Because we hate to see a lot of the members not have a repeater when they want to make communications. So that's all I have tonight. I'm going to turn it back over to Net Control. My name is Kevin, and I'm Kilo 0, Kilo Papa Sierra. Back to Net.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's see. I believe Alpha Foxtrot 0, Sierra Foxtrot had traffic.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. This is AF0SF Michael over in Morrison. Relatively new ham. Got my general and my extra in 3 years or so. I have a couple of things to say. One of which is the Discord server. Got in there last week after the net with Net Control, and it was a great face-to-face kind of meeting, as suggested for Wednesday night. I'm going to try to make that as well. But, that Discord server is very useful, and it's a quantum leap to get to know your fellow hams. So after the net tonight, I'll log in there and be in that video chat server if anybody wants to join. But second thing is that I got my MeshCore sense cap, which is a device like a credit card size transceiver for MeshCore. It's a Bluetooth companion for your cell phone, so that you can do that. But I've run into an absolute brick wall. The web flasher that's required doesn't fit my display, and I can't resize it, and I'm basically sitting with a device that's completely unusable. So just as a routine experience in ham radio hitting the brick wall, if anybody has an idea for, really the simplest route would probably just be to go to a different computer with a different display. But why that WebCore web flasher screen just doesn't resize at all, and how to work around that with a smaller form factor. AF0SF back to net.
Thank you, AF0SF. Is there anybody else who has anything for the good of the order?
W0TX.
Yes, Lance.
In addition to Kevin's announcement at the Rocky Mountain Hamfest this coming Sunday the 23rd, Mile High VE team will be running a test session, and the test will start at 10 a.m. N0ETV, back to net control.
Thank you, Lance. This is the Denver Radio Club Net, W0TX, and this is KE0YKV, your net control station. Does anyone have any other comments, information, or business for the net? Please call now.
K1 DBC, late check-in, Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie, late check-in.
K1 DBC, I got you checked in, but you're supposed to wait for me to ask for late check-ins. Now, are there any other late check-ins? Please call now. Okay, this week there are contests. Just go to QST at the contest corral, or go to the ARRL website and look under contest calendar, and you can find out what contests are going on. There are two other reminders. High Noon Net meets daily at 12 noon, early check-ins at 11:30 on 7.240 megahertz. The Salvation Army's SATERN Net meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1500 Zulu. That's 9 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time on 14.325 megahertz. The Denver Radio Club maintains about 10 repeaters. I don't know if they're all working it right now, but if someone knows of a problem, please speak up. Okay, your support of the Denver Radio Club is greatly appreciated. If you would like to participate in any of the many club activities, please contact our president, Kevin Schmidt. His call sign is K0KPS. I would like to thank everyone for checking into the DRNet. Pardon me, I'm fumbling my words. Denver Radio Club Net tonight. Your support is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a great week. Tonight we had 18 check-ins. The Denver Radio Club W0TX Net is now closed at 8:55 Mountain Time.
Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie, this is K0KPS.
Yeah, K0KPS, I think you were calling that for K1DBC.
Affirmative, Jerome. Do you want to take a look at the check-in on line 7 and 8? I don't know what caused the error when Bill input into the check-in list, why it shows no call sign for row 8, but row 7 didn't complete the information. So if you just want to take a brief look.
By the way, that was not pilot error.
All right, no problem. This is K1DBC. I'll check to make sure that spreadsheet is working. This is K1DBC, and again, if anybody's interested, we'll play the ARRL audio news here in just a few minutes.
0TX repeater.
Kevin, that was a perfect double on top of Jerome. Go ahead, Kevin.
Since you mentioned Meshtastic error, I don't have that. But we did have a net controller, Whiskey Romeo 7 Fox, Ryan. He did a presentation on Meshtastic and stuff. He might be able to help you with your error on your sizing of the screen.
Well, that's helpful. Say his call sign again. I'll make sure to get it in there. Over.
Yankee Alpha November.
Yeah, okay, I got him over here in Centennial. I appreciate that, Kevin. Long time no see, buddy. Maybe Wednesday night if you can't make it to the Discord server tonight, but I'm in there now. Over.
I don't have Discord up and running, and I'm going to have to go QRT, but I just wanted to pass that information along. So with that, this is Kilo Zero Kilo Papa Sierra, saying 73 and QRT.
Node 516229 connected to
This is
node
ARRL Audio
4285
News, your weekly summary of news highlights from the world of amateur radio.
Good evening. The time is 9 p.m. Weather conditions. Clear.
I'm Gregory
Temperature,
Suba, KC1YNI, and this is the
degrees.
ARRL Audio News for Friday, August 14th, 2026. Ten-year-old Reynaldo Mangua, KM7HFU, has earned his amateur radio license and received quite a welcome. After passing his technician exam earlier this month, Reynaldo received the station donated anonymously to the Maricopa Amateur Radio Association in Arizona. The donor only requested that it go to a deserving young person who successfully earned their amateur radio license. The gear included an almost new multi-mode transceiver, along with an automatic antenna tuner and power supply. Reynaldo also received a fully restored World War II-era J38 telegraph key from club member Steve Miller, W6DSM, who hopes to introduce the young ham to Morse code. ARRL offers free membership to full-time students aged 21 and younger. He's also a member of the Pinal County 4-H Amateur Radio Club and is now the youngest member of the Maricopa Amateur Radio Association. Amateur radio operators in Colombia are providing communication support following the major earthquake and aftershocks that struck the country on August 10th. According to an update provided to the International Amateur Radio Union, Region 2, amateurs from radio clubs and associations across Colombia have been helping maintain and restore communications in affected areas. At one repeater site, cellular and Wi-Fi networks went down immediately following the earthquake, and the amateur repeaters also failed. Within 15 minutes, however, amateurs had restored the repeaters, along with the systems serving other services at the same time. Other volunteers are working to restore the repeater stations at Cerro Campanario, a mountain peak more than 11,000 feet above sea level. IARU Region 2 Emergency Communication Coordinator Carlos Alberto Santamaria Gonzalez, WOTJC, praised Colombian amateurs for making their communication systems and personnel available for rescue, recovery, and locating people affected by the disaster. Amateurs are also being asked to avoid several emergency frequencies to minimize interference with response communications. You can find those frequencies in the complete story at www.arrl.org/news. ARRL has announced the winners of the Year of the Club contest, recognizing outstanding club newsletters and websites. More than 80 entries were submitted in each contest, demonstrating how radio clubs are using these tools to engage members, promote activities, and strengthen their organization. In the club newsletter contest, the Gloucester County Amateur Radio Club in New Jersey took first place in the large club category for crosstalk. The Ozaukee Radio Club in Wisconsin won the medium club category with the Ozaukee Radio Club newsletter. And the Peekskill Cortland Amateur Radio Association of New York won the small club category for the PCARA update. Special commendations went to the SciTech Amateur Radio Society in Massachusetts for its family and youth newsletter, and the Young Ladies Radio League for its globally focused publication, YL Harmonics. In the club website contest, first place went to the Cumberland Valley Amateur Radio Club of Pennsylvania. Second place went to the Sierra Foothills Amateur Radio Club in California. And third place went to the Ventura County Amateur Radio Club in California. Club leaders, newsletter editors, and webmasters should take a look at what these clubs are doing and borrow an idea or two for your own club, said ARRL Emergency Communications and Field Services Director Josh Johnston, KE5MHV. Josh added that the Year of the Club is a celebration of what clubs accomplish and an invitation to keep building on that success. The winners will be honored at next week's 2026 ARRL National Convention in Huntsville, Alabama, and featured in a future issue of QST. Amateur radio on the International Space Station, or ARRS, has received the prestigious Challenger 7 recognition from the Challenger Center. The national recognition honors organizations whose work reflects the spirit, vision, and values of the 7 crew members of the Space Shuttle Challenger mission, STS-51L. The Challenger Center says the recognition celebrates organizations that embody the crew's values of exploration, learning, and inspiration. ARRS was recognized for its national and international impact on STEM learning through amateur radio contacts between students and astronauts aboard the International Space Station. ARRS representatives Frank Bauer, KA3HDO, and Jackie Bloomer, KC9LEH, accepted the recognition during the Challenger Center's 40th anniversary celebration. Bauer, who is executive director of ARRS USA and chair of ARRS International, said the ARRS team is humbled by the recognition and values its long-standing partnership with the Challenger Center. He said ARRS astronaut experiences carry forward the spirit of exploration and education by engaging the next generation in STEM and inspiring students to prepare for future STEM careers. There's a new video available with tips on applying for the new ARRL America 250 Worked All States Award. The video features education and learning support specialist Max Friedman, N4ML, who walks viewers through logging into Logbook of the World, creating a new LOTW Worked All States account or selecting an existing account, adding a QSO set and related rules, and viewing award progress at america250.arrl.org. Once you've qualified for the award, return to america250.arrl.org to apply for and purchase your certificate. You can view the new video on ARRL's YouTube channel, ARRL HQ. That's Alpha Radio Radio Lima Hotel Quebec. Page. KK5DO is here with this week's Hamsat report.
Thanks. We have had segments on all different phases of satellite work. However, what about how to select a radio? I will touch on a few items you may want to consider when purchasing a radio for satellite work. Obviously, if you are going to purchase a true satellite radio from Kenwood, ICOM, Yaesu, or another brand, you're going to have most of the features you need. However, if you're looking at a handheld, mobile, or base station radio, there are a few things to consider. First, will the radio do all mode, or are you only using it for FM? An all mode will allow you to operate through all the FM satellites as well as the linear satellites, and with sound cards, digital. If the radio is not all mode and only FM, you need to look at the tuning steps. As close to 1 hertz is your best. However, most handhelds will allow 2.5 kilohertz or 5 kilohertz on the 2-meter band. The same is true for mobile radios. What this means is that you will only be able to hear the best based on the step. A resolution of 1 hertz allows you to hear everything. Hope this helps give you some insight into what you should be looking for. The radio that will do what you need is the one. Yes, the top of the line is great to have, but maybe a less expensive one will do the job. This is Bruce Page, KK5DO.
Looking ahead in radio sport, there is plenty of on-the-air action just around the corner. Running August 15th through the 16th, look for the SARTG Worldwide RTTY Contest, the Russian District Award Contest, and the North American QSO Party SSB event. Also, this week is the ARRL 10 GHz Hand-Up Contest, the Keyman's Club of Japan Contest, and the Feldhell Sprint. On Sunday, August 16th, the ARRL Rookie Roundup RTTY event takes center stage. For a full list of events, be sure to visit the official ARRL contest calendar online. In convention news, the Northeast Ham Exposition is underway right now through August 16th, hosting the ARRL New England Division Convention in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Also, this weekend is the Cincinnati Hamfest, hosting the Great Lakes Division Convention in Owensville, Ohio. And don't forget to pack your bags for next weekend, August 21st through the 23rd, for the 2026 ARRL National Convention hosted by the Huntsville Hamfest in Huntsville, Alabama. And that concludes the ARRL news for this week. If you have news to share, send your submissions to news@arrl.org. For the American Radio Relay League, I'm Gregory Sula, KC1YNI. Thanks for listening, and 7-3.
And that concludes ARRL Audio News for this week. Our thanks to all contributors to this week's report. ARRL Audio News is produced by the American Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio. For more information on amateur radio or the ARRL, visit us on the web at arrl.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching for ARRL. If you have a question or comment about ARRL Audio News, email us at audionews@arrl.org. This program is copyright ARRL, all rights reserved. 73, and thanks for listening.
Chucking is very mysterious, right? It looks, when you watch me, you're like, I don't even see how it's happening. What I'm doing is I'm bringing I strum with my finger. If you're a thumb strummer, stop. If there's a reason, because hand issues, I get it. But if you just are strumming with your thumb out of habit, I would highly recommend that you transition to finger strumming. I strum with my pointer finger. Sorry, thumb strummers, I'm just trying to be helpful. I strum with this finger, and I sort of have my hand a little tucked like this. But my my pointer finger is, down a little further. I don't get much clearance. I bring this finger across, and I immediately palm mute. Well, when I'm chucking, I actually have my other fingers out a little more, but I palm mute. And with slow, it doesn't sound like much, right? But the faster you get, and eventually that's what it sounds like. It's just like if you took your hand, take your left hand, and lightly